Hey guys, I'm Erin and I am the creator of the small business Boho Creations. At my small business, I make a little bit of everything, and I decided that I was going to make this YouTube channel to kind of give you guys like some tutorials and things of that nature to, I don't know, like if you wanted to try the things that I make at home. A lot of the stuff that I make is pretty simple. You just have to have the tools and the know-how to be able to do it. So I thought it would be really fun to like teach you guys how I make certain things, like my earrings, my tumbler cups, my t-shirts, just a little bit of everything that I make. I'm gonna bring you along on my life a little bit. It's gonna be a little bit of everything in this channel. I'm like all over the place, and forgive my voice because my voice is kind of off. I have been sick for like the past like week, and just a lot of things have been going on in my life, so just excuse the way the way my voice sounds. But anyway, we're going to learn how to make things here and just do life on this channel. So if you guys want to follow me along and figure out how to either make things or just kind of keep up with, I don't know, my life a little bit. If we're friends, you know, thanks for being here. If we're not friends, nice to meet you. I'm glad you're here. I want to turn my small business into a big business one day. So I hope that I can accomplish that, and then you guys come along with me for that ride. So on this video today, we are going to make some polymer clay canes. So it's gonna be just some little polymer clay canes. Sorry. It's gonna be flowers, which you'll see in a little bit what I mean. But basically you can make flowers out of your polymer clay, and then, you know, break them down, pull them apart, and turn them into what is known as a cane. But I will show you guys all about that. But anyway, I am pretty new to this whole video thing, so hopefully my skills will improve. But as of right now, what you see is what you get. This is raw, real. I'm running my little small business out of my shed. Eventually I'm hoping to upgrade a few things. Maybe my YouTube channel can help with that. So if you can just watch like 30 seconds of the ads or whatever comes up, that I would much appreciate it. But anyway, I hope that you guys find this video useful, and if you try this yourself, please let me know in the comments and let me know how it worked out for you. But anyway, do all the things, like, follow, and share this video. I appreciate you guys. Love you guys. Bye. So I did have to speed up this video a little bit. I'm just showing you here the different things that you're going to need. You're going to need clay, of course. I am using the Craftsman, but you can use Sculptly. There's a couple other brands that I can post in the description. You will also need a pasta machine, or you can use a clay roller, like what I just showed you. You will need some cutouts and other little tools that you could probably search online, just some little things like this. First, what you would do is get all your materials together and then pick the clays that you want to use. I picked out a couple and I didn't end up using all of them. Really, you don't need this many clay colors, but I was like, spring, all these different colors are like spring. So I decided that I was going to use all these different colors, and then I didn't end up doing it. So first step, get your clay soft. You want it to be soft so you can work with it. Your black is going to be what outlines everything. And then you're going to need like a solid color that's going to surround all the flowers, and then you're going to have your flower colors. I think I used pink, purple, and blue for the flowers, and then I used for the outline color, I used the black, and then for the overall color of the background, I used yellow. And I used multiple different yellows in this video, but I usually don't do that. I just ran out of the color yellow that I had, so I had to use multiple colors of yellow. So right here, I'm just softening up the clay. That way I can mold it how I want it to be. And then, so the main colors that I'm using here, like pink, the blue, and the purple, they're going to be the petal colors. So that's why I am kind of rolling it into like a cylinder. And then the green is going to be the middle color, like the middle of the flower. And you will see that when I roll that out. But so I got my pink, and then I'm going to do my blue, and then I'm going to do my purple cylinder. And like I said, those are going to be petals. Typically, I don't use this many different colors, but I wanted this to be a spring line earring. So I wanted to use like some springy looking colors. So that's why I'm using so many different colors in this earring. But in the past, when I do the flower cane earrings, I usually just use like pinks or purple. I have done a blue one, a teal one. So I usually stick to the same color, but I thought it would be kind of cool, you know, just to test it out, especially doing a video and showing you guys how to do it. I thought it would be pretty cool to use multiple different colors of cane. That way you guys can see what it looks like with multiple colors. Maybe I'll do another video where I just have the one single color, because they're really pretty when you do just one single color. But anyway, as I said before, we're just right now we're just shaping out the canes and kind of working our clay to where it's easier to work with, because when you first start using the clay, it's kind of hard depending on what type of clay you use. There are different types of clay, and they do go from like harder to softer. I have learned that some of the clay, like Craftsman clay, it will dye your hands. So here I'm just using alcohol wipes. So I'm wiping everything down, trying to clean everything. That way all the colors don't mesh together, because you don't want that. Now you're basically just going to outline your little petals. So basically I am kind of making this dark black. I don't want it to be as dark, so I'm gonna mix it with some gray just to lighten up the color and make it more springy looking. So here I'm just working that clay together and creating that color that I want. Now I'm just going to trim off the excess edges that are like jagged and make everything straight. That way I can outline all of my petals. And you will see later what I'm doing here. I'm just basically outlining everything, and you know, once I make the cane, you'll understand what I'm doing and why I'm outlining everything. It just gives everything like a sharp edge, and then you don't have to worry about anything blending together when you outline it like this. And guys, I'm using this stupid cutting tool because I can't find my good cutting tool. I have a much better blade that I usually use, and for some reason I can't find the other one. I actually find it towards the end of this video, and I'm like, oh, this would have been nice to have at the beginning. But anyway, yeah, that's why I'm using this junky cutting tool. I switch over to this little, actually like a sharp edge razor that I'm using here, just to cut out the like the little cut indentions in the petals. You'll see later what I'm doing with that, but I always add in like 2 little slits, and then I put in the dark clay to make kind of like little, I guess, little shadows in the petal. I guess that's what you would call it. I don't really know what it's called, but
That's what I call it, like little shadows in the petal. And now that we have did the little shadows in the petal and all that, now what you do is kind of squish and roll and break this down just to like kind of spread it into like a cane. And then later on we are going to cut it into 6 different little canes, individual little canes. And this is what's going to make your flower. Here I'm just cutting the cane, and this is what's going to make your little individual flowers. So each of these will be a different petal. What I do is I squeeze down the one end where I put the little shadows that we just put in. You squeeze and pinch down that side and kind of make it like, I want to say like pointy, kind of like a triangle. And then you leave the other side round, and that's what's going to make your petal design. And then this green that I'm using here, the green is what's going to be like the internal part of the flower, like I don't even know what that's called. Comment down below if you know what that's called in the middle of the flower. Here I'm just putting it all together, and you kind of will see like what I'm doing with the flower here. And then I'm going to use this yellow to outline everything. Now you want to put some yellow in each of the creases of each of the petals, because when you break that, when you like roll that and squeeze that and break that little cane down, you're going to get it collapsing a little bit, and you don't want to collapse your petals. You want the petals to stay like distinct. So you have to, I know I'm not doing a very good job showing it on the video, but you kind of have to put in each of the little crevices. That way your petals stay in the petal like design and shape. Once you've done that, you're going to roll that all out in the yellow. So the yellow outline. So you're going to outline all of that, and then I will show you here in a second what that looks like. So here I'm going ahead and I'm doing the next flower. This is the purple flower. So we're doing basically the same thing that we did with the blue flower. You're going to break down the ends where the little shadows are that we inserted. And then you're going to put that all together. You're going to use that green for the center of your flower. And you're basically just going to put those little pieces around the center of your flower. So there we have it with the purple flower. And you're going to basically do the same thing. You're going to roll out some yellow to put in the indentions of your flower petals. Basically surround that flower to make sure it doesn't break down when you go in and make your cane. And if you all have any questions about this, I know my camera angle is not doing too well for this DIY show you how to make it video. So if you guys have any questions, please feel free to like send me a message. I am more than happy to help you every step of the way of any kind of stuff that I make on this channel. Like, I am so ready to help anybody that wants to make stuff. I'm here to help 100%. So here I actually realized that I don't have enough yellow to cover my pink flower now. So I am actually using a couple different yellows and actually blending them together and attempting to make a yellow that kind of resembles the yellow that I surrounded the blue and the purple flower with. But you will have that and it's okay. I mean, these earrings, they are basically do what you want, and like as long as they turn out pretty, I mean, you might have to take a couple extra steps, but I do what I have to do. So anyway, I had to make some yellow that kind of resembled the yellow. But anyway, moving on with the pink flower. Here we are rolling that out, cutting out 6 little logs to put together for that next cane. Here I am pointing out the one side of the flower petal, as I explained before. And then we're going to take some of that green for the middle, and once again we are going to surround that green with the pink petals, and then we are going to surround everything with the yellow. And now we have all of those flowers outlined with the yellow. So what we're going to do now is we are going to break down those flowers, kind of like we did with the petal. We're going to do that for the flowers. You want to squish and pull out more than roll. You want to squish the middle out and pull it. Squish the middle and pull it. So basically you are going to roll it out a little bit, but you want to squish and pull out more than anything, because you don't want too much like rolling, because that can distort your flower and you don't want that. Now here we're going to cut into all these logs, and I'm going to show you exactly what it looks like. Little boho flowers. They're really cute. And then basically you are going to roll out a background for your flowers, and then you're just going to kind of cut them into little pieces and put them all over the background, and that is what's going to make your earrings really cute. Like I said, it's sometimes I use just one singular color, and that works out really good for me, but I wanted to make these like a springy looking earring, so I wanted to have multiple colors. So we will see how these turn out. And here's our background. Right now I'm just gonna start cutting out our little flowers, and I am going to start placing them on the I decided that it was too much just doing one at a time, so I decided to use this bigger cutting tool. You're gonna place these randomly on your background color, and then You don't want too many of the same color together, but of course, I mean, with only 3 colors, you're gonna have them kind of close to each other. I really think these are going to turn out really cute. And I'm almost done, like, placing all of the little flowers on here. After you're done with this, all you do is run it through your pasta machine once or twice, or you can use your clay roller, and then you use whatever kind of earring cutters that you want to use to make your earrings. And it turns out so cute, and when I roll this out, it turns out really cute. And I don't show you the finished product at the end of this video, but in future videos I will do that. But this is what it turned out and looks like, and I think it looks so cute. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. See you in the next one.